processed foods linked to depression risk. Okay. That's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. So let's do words and phrases. We'll start with that. Okay, so the first one is obesity.
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 Obesity can increase the risk of heart disease.
Obesity can increase the risk of heart disease.
Very good. Diagnosis.
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 They are waiting for the doctor's diagnosis.
They are waiting for the doctor's diagnosis.
Good. Serving.
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 This recipe will be enough for 4 servings. Good management has been a big contributor to the company's success.
Good management has been a big contributor to the company's success.
Yep, good. And I'll just play the American version of that as well.
Contributor.
Contributor.
Yeah. Contributor. Yeah, and the British say it a bit more like me.
Contributor.
Contributor.
On that one so far?
No, I don't have any questions so far.
Okay, let's move on then. So during the article, we'll be looking out for the answers to these questions, okay?
Yes.
Let's read the questions together. So repeat after me. What problems are linked to eating heavily processed foods?
What problems are linked to eating heavily processed foods?
Yep, good job. Heavily processed foods.
Heavily processed foods.
Good job, yes. Okay, the next one is, what was the purpose of the study?
What was the purpose of the study?
Good. And number 3, what is the risk of depression with a diet high in artificial sweeteners?
Eating heavily processed foods is linked to major problems like cancer, diabetes, and obesity.
So number 1, what problems are linked to eating heavily processed foods?
Eating heavily processed foods is linked to major problems like cancer, diabetes, and obesity.
Yep, for sure. Correct. All right, number 2, what was the purpose of the study?
It looked for a link between diet and the risk of developing depression.
Yeah, correct. That's the answer. Good job. It's a big word, so Americans will say antidepressant, but most of the rest of the world says antidepressant.
Antidepressant.
Yeah, good job. Antidepressant. Okay. And another one, so make sure you focus on the F sound. Fewer.
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 Good job. Okay. This sentence, we'll just practice again as well. I'll read it first. There was a 37% higher risk with artificially sweetened drinks.
There was a 37% higher risk with artificially sweetened drinks.
Yep, good job. Okay, and we'll practice this one too. Contributors.
Contributors. Contributors.
Would you like to read that part again?
Since there are many contributors to mental health that are highly individuals.
Good job. That's great. All good. Any questions about that? So let's move on to the discussion then. This is probably the best part of the daily news articles. I'll ask you the question and try and put your answer into 1 or 2 sentences, okay?
Yes.
Feel free to answer as freely as you like. All right, so do you think people would change their diet after finding out that there is an increased risk of developing depression?
No, I don't think so. It's a difficult task to change one's diet. More people suffer from depression these days. There are many factors such as work-life balance, and using electronic devices too much. Yes, if we can prevent depression, it would change so many lives.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Ritsuka. Chat again soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.